the four winds of heaven. And from one came a small horn, which grew greatly toward the south and east, toward the beautiful land. The Antichrist emerges, boasting about the beautiful land that is Jerusalem. The Antichrist doesn't come bringing peace, though theologians claim he'll arise during war and bring peace. But these texts don't say that. These texts say the Antichrist emerges boasting about the beautiful land, which is Jerusalem. Who's boasting about Jerusalem? The Muslim people. But who leads the Muslims? Ali Khamenei, the leader of Iran. He is the Muslim leader. He's the one paying terrorist groups to invade Jerusalem because they claim Jerusalem is Palestine. So you see, this text is being fulfilled now, boasting about the beautiful land and becoming great. Who became great? The Antichrist. And he exalted himself even to the host of heaven. This host of heaven isn't angels because the Antichrist is a man. He can't reach heaven by exalting himself above the heavenly host, no. And he will say, and of the stars of heaven. And he cast down the host of heaven and the stars and trampled them. This isn't about angels because no man can trample angels. It's talking about the Jews. The host of heaven refers to Jews because Jews are the people of Christ's royalty. What is Jesus? The King of Kings. Jesus was born Jewish, so those people belong to Christ's royal lineage. Clearly not all of them. Anyone who acknowledges Jesus as Savior is part of heaven's host, the Jews. Though some will later say, but those people don't accept Jesus. Not all reject him, as thousands of Jews do accept Jesus. And the largest community of Jews who accepted Jesus is in Curitiba, here in Brazil. So this refers to the host of heaven as the Jews. What will he do? He will trample the host of heaven. He will take Jerusalem, trample the Jewish army and the stars, which represent the tribes of Israel. And he also exalted himself up to the prince of the army, who is Netanyahu. Netanyahu is the prince of Israel's army. He exalted himself to the army's prince, and through him, through whom? Through the Antichrist, the daily sacrifice of red heifers was taken away. When the Antichrist makes the 7-year agreement, Jews will sacrifice red heifers because after the Gog and Magog war with its many casualties, they'll need these sacrifices to purify the land. So when the Antichrist invades Israel, it will be during the time Jews are sacrificing the red heifers. That's why the text says the Antichrist will remove the daily sacrifice, and through him the daily sacrifice was taken away and the sanctuary was cast down. And the army of Israel was delivered to him as a sacrifice because of the Jews' transgressions. And he, the Antichrist, cast truth to the ground and prospered in doing so. The truth he'll cast down is what we know today, that Jews are God's chosen people, elected and sanctified, biblically so, for Jesus to be born into a holy people. And then they will change this truth. They will claim the Jews are the Palestinian people. They will say Jesus was Palestinian. They will say those lands always belong to Palestinians, not Jews. They will cast this truth to the ground and prosper in doing so. All we know is truth that Jesus came as a Jew, died, rose again, ascended to heaven, and will return. They'll cast down. They will nullify it because the Antichrist comes to impersonate God. But the false prophet comes impersonating Jesus. That's why Jesus speaks in Matthew 24, verse 23. If anyone says, look, Christ is there, do not believe it. Who is Christ? It's Jesus. So Jesus is saying, right? If anyone says, look, Jesus is there, don't believe it, don't go to them, don't trust what they say. So if Jesus is saying this, it's because someone will come pretending to be Jesus. And that's not the Antichrist, that's the false prophet. The false prophet is called Isa because in Islam they say, right? Those who say Muslims also believe in Jesus are spreading Satan's lie. They created another character to replace our Jesus. The Jesus that Islam believes in is called Isa. Isa didn't die, Isa didn't resurrect. Isa will come to break the cross, meaning to kill Christians and end Christianity. So Isa is not Jesus, he is a usurper. The Antichrist will cast down all truth we know and he will prosper. Woe to those who don't know what you're hearing today because they'll believe it's Jesus. They will. He cast truth to the ground and prospered. Then I heard angels speaking to one another saying, how long will the vision of the sacrifice and the desolating transgression last? Desolating refers to the Antichrist. So that the sanctuary and host are trampled. In verse 14, for 2,300 evenings and mornings, then the sanctuary shall be cleansed. When I began this live stream, I mentioned that in Daniel chapter 12, verse 9, Jesus himself tells Daniel, the words of this book are sealed until the end time. All revelations in Daniel are sealed until the end time, when the great tribulation, the apocalypse, begins. So now it's no longer sealed because the apocalypse has begun. The great tribulation has started exactly as I